Good evening, fellow patrons. In today's video, I will be walking through the easiest way to defeat the Dark Heart at high rounds in standard mode. This is an extremely fast-paced boss fight, and there are some quirks about it that make it difficult for bizarre reasons. I will break down the best weapon build for this fight, as well as the essential augments and best gums to use if you have some to spare. Let's jump right into it. Off rip, if you have numerous self-revives, don't immediately hop into a health cap level boss fight and waste all of your equivalent exchanges. Get a warm-up game in first. In this particular run, I dedicated it as a warm-up game and used Adrenaline Rush for my major augment just to get into a rhythm. If I went down, all I have to do is save and quit, and I still have my best chance of success in reserve. For the weapon loadout, the SG-12 is absolutely essential, obviously. It's the best gun in the game. I went with the monolithic suppressor instead of the choke, as I think it reduces recoil slightly and will allow you to get more drops, which you will desperately need. In this particular run, I used the mobility stock, and I definitely regretted it. You are basically always firing in this boss fight, as dogs will spawn in like they are going out of style and are always on your tail, so equipping the ADS stock will give you a bit more separation. Your second gun must be the ray gun. It's extremely mobile, and the 40 rounds in a single clip goes crazy when you are defending the concentration fields. For the third gun, you can go with the wonder weapon or an assault rifle with a smoke launcher. I'll touch on the gobblegums later on in the video. This fight technically has 3 phases to it, but there's too many phases in each of those 3. So essentially there's 6. There are 3 spots in the map that you will need to eliminate zombies in, and also guard. Those spots are Trinity Avenue, backyard of the greenhouse, and the backyard of the yellow house. There's not too much to worry about to start off the fight, and all you need to do is eliminate several zombies by 3 grounded cysts. Once you do this, 3 items from the Easter egg quest will spawn in, and you must protect them from taking too much damage from the zombies. Once you have cleared the 3 items from the larger cyst that was covering them, a concentration field will spawn in around the items one by one, and you must protect these fields from taking too much damage for 25 seconds. If you fail, it's just rinse and repeat until you can successfully defend it or die, whichever comes first. The first main phase isn't too stressful. Once you are able to defend all 3 concentration fields, the Dark Heart will become vulnerable to attacks. Head into the cul-de-sac and find the glowing orange crit spots and aim for those. This is where double impact shines. Every consecutive hit on the boss will increase in overall damage output. Do not stay idle, as missiles will be launched at your location. If you can save your frenzy guard charge, I would highly recommend that, but if you do need to use it, it's no biggie. Just charge it up when the second phase begins. In the second phase, you need to shoot the floating mass above the grounded cyst to spawn in zombies that you must eliminate. Both backyards get extremely hectic during this point in the fight. Use your Semtex wisely and do whatever you can to not throw a Kazmir during the elimination phase, as you need them for defending the concentration fields. Once you begin the concentration field phase, pop your support group. I usually just explode the RCXD prior to loading into the fight, so I have quick access to the Mangler Cannon. Use the Mangler Cannon for one of the backyard locations and the sentry gun for the other. The Trinity Avenue location is possible to defend with just your guns, but it may take a few tries. Don't force anything. You get unlimited attempts to successfully defend the fields as long as you stay alive. Do not deploy the Disciple Injection, as this must be saved for the elimination phase of the final third phase. Your goal heading into the final main phase of the fight should be to have your raindrops, shields up, and 2 Disciple Injections at your disposal. For the elimination phase, you must lure a tortured zombie to each of the 3 items. Once you see the zombie become tethered to the large cyst, blast it. The Trinity Avenue location is a bit challenging, but nothing compared to the 2 backyards. The tortured zombie has very little health, and you will lack the firepower to kill the zombies around it to successfully guide it to the larger cyst. That being said, you need to hold the line in a corner of the backyards. You cannot run from side to side, as this will cause the tortured zombie to be indecisive in the route he takes to get to you. This is where your Kazmirs and Disciple Injections come into play. Use 1 injection per backyard, and pop your other 2 gums when you need them. This is the hardest part of the fight. You need to defend the concentration fields for roughly 25 seconds, which feels like an eternity, especially in the greenhouse backyard. Once you defend all 3, deploy Frenzy Guard and lay into the boss, but don't get too trigger happy like I did. Gain some space from the zombies prior to deployment. If you have a Semtex, use that in tandem with the Hot Foot augment to create separation. I was so close to a perfect run, but hey, this was a warm-up game. Not too shabby. I'm always down to let the ray gun feast and last stand. But yeah, that's pretty much the strat. If this strategy is implemented with 3 equivalent exchanges, it's an automatic dub. But you have to stay running and gunning. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll see you in the next one. J-Jet, out.